This is the Chesapeake Explorer. I'm going to be cooking this prime New York strip from Walmart. I put it in there just for a minute, about 30 seconds, but I pulled it out so I could show you. Put it into the Cajun Bayou Broiler. I've already lit it off. It's on a Nordic Ware 1970s 80 broiling platter, and that has the black plastic insert. So here we are. I'm going to turn it down because you don't want to burn what you're cooking. Get my chair where I can sit down and keep an eye on this thing. Got some ice water here. Now the great thing about the Cajun Bayou Broiler is the adjustable needle valve control right there. You have to turn that thing about 4 or 5 times around to go from the lowest heat to the highest. Right now it's pretty far down. You can see how many burners there are. Let's see, you got 2 big burner pipes, 60,000 BTU, but they've got holes on each side horizontally, one way and the other way. So it looks like there's there's 4 burners in there. But it's actually 2 big burner pipes with flames coming out at 4 different positions total. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. This thing really gets hot, I'm going to tell you. They say 1200 degrees, believe it. Yeah, this gets way hotter than an oven broiler. I mean, look at the size, look at the number of burners. Now, I could have put this steak right on that stainless steel expanded metal grate. That's diamond pattern. Stainless steel expanded metal. It goes into carbon steel frame. The Cajun broiler is made out of carbon steel. Now, you know, it's roughly made. It's you know, it's welded up. It's not that it's nice, but you know, it's not stainless steel gleaming like you'd get in a steakhouse, you know, like in New York, Kansas City, or you know, any place really. Nice place. There are great steakhouses all over the United States and the world too. Ooh, turn it down. Just let it slowly broil. Okay, I'm in no hurry. What do I want tonight? Do I want medium rare? Medium. It is a prime steak, new U.S. prime. Walmart, I'll tell you, has got some great steaks. They do. It surprised me. I've been getting them from there for maybe about 7 years, 8 years now. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, it's been about 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. I'm gonna turn this steak. Now this is not a South Bend stainless steel ball bearing broiler, but they can cost up to $30,000, even more than that. Okay, this Cajun Bayou Broiler from RB Works in Homer, Louisiana, cost me $1,024 and $125. That covered the freight to Virginia where I'm at. And it would have come, a lot of places in the United States it would have shipped it to for that. I mean, Virginia to Louisiana was, okay, well, California might be a little bit more. You know, Washington State, Alaska, of course, would be more, and Hawaii, of course. Worldwide, you know, you'd have to check with RV Works. Maine, New York, that would be more. Florida probably the same. Maybe cheaper. Anything in the South, you know, the deep South. Virginia's that South, but it's not. It's the big ending of the South, other than Maryland. One of my first videos, I explained how to adjust the air valve, which is on the side right there. Right there. Where's my finger? Right there. And they've changed that since the first Cajun Bayou Broiler they made. I noticed that. I also see some of these videos that others have made, and they just cook things too fast. They burn it up. It takes time. You just gotta take your time. Which means, if you were in a steakhouse, this thing wouldn't be good. Of course it wouldn't be. You know, it's good enough. I'll tell you what. If you want to make, you can put. I guarantee you get 3. Oh, you can probably get about 70 New York strips in there, doing a family barbecue, and cook them the way you want it. Take them out, you know, a little bit before, or whatever, you know. When you know how to cook steaks, you know, you can feel them. The professionals, and the amateurs, the home chefs are not amateurs, you know, when they know how to cook steak, they go like that and feel how soft they are. Now, I haven't developed that. I eat a steak from medium rare to well done. I'm not picky. The one thing about the broiler is the flame is above, not below. So, you don't get the flare up from the fat dripping down below onto the fire. That is a huge advantage to a broiler. I'll tell you what, I think that's about done. It might be too done. But like I say, I can eat them anyway. See what it looks like here. I'll take it inside, I'll cut it up and see what's going on. I got a baked potatoes and broccoli. It'll be just fine. I don't want to spill these rippers on me. It's May. It's the middle of May 2026. It's hot out here tonight. Okay. That's done. That's done. That's done. Here we go. Turn this off. Turn that needle valve off. I'm 72 years old, so it's a little bit hard getting up. Okay. And then I'm going to shut the gas off right here. And after you always want to shut down on the gas valve. Don't leave that gas valve open, because you can overpressure the regulator. That's the best advice I'll give you with that. I'll get it out here and take it inside, see what it looks like. Where am I at? There it is. I was able to hear that thing sizzling. That's what they used to advertise these Nordic ware, old school broiler plates with this plastic bogus looking thing that you put it in, but it keeps it. You don't get burned, but that thing is hot. That is real hot. Okay, now I've got a hot plate here. Now I'm gonna transfer that steak onto. Get my baked potato out. I'll put that on a different plate. You know, steakhouses like to serve the steak on a plate. And then you have the other things in bowls or other plates. The top thing to get in the steakhouse is what they call cottage fries or potatoes that you cut up and you brown them up in some olive oil or bacon grease or fat, vegetable oil, and you cut them up in the squares, cottage fries. That's what Peter Luger serves. Then they brown them in the oven, and sometimes they put it in the broiler to finish it off. I got some broccoli here, just regular old steamed broccoli. But the steakhouse favorite is creamed spinach, just like House of Prime Rib in San Francisco. I mean, I've never been to these places, but I see them on the YouTube videos, and they're just incredible. What can I say, Okay, let me plate this up. There it is. I got a Long Star Steakhouse steak knife. My younger sister gave me a set of them. They're wonderful. I'll tell you, they are wonderful. I like them handles. That's the old school style handle. Well, gee whiz, not medium rare. Like I say, I'm not the best broiler cook or steak cook, but I'm gonna tell you. Let me try it. It's tender. It is great. I put just a little bit of Morton's kosher salt. They sprinkle it on there. I'll tell you, Peter Luger, they have a container and they cover it. I don't see how people can eat that. That's got to be 10,000 milligrams of sodium plus the fat. I mean, that's up to you, what you want, what you like, of course. Don't worry about what I eat. But I mean, the salt does bring flavor out. They say don't salt the steak. No. It's perfectly all right to salt steaks. But I also got my favorite spice on here. Voila! You know that one if you know that. You know some Cajun cooking. I'm not Cajun. I've only been to Louisiana. Last time I was there was in 1970. March. Passing through when I was 15 years old. My family, my father was commander in the Navy at the time. We were coming here to Virginia. He had been commanding officer of destroyer in San Diego. He ended up with 30 years in the Navy, retired as a captain, was commanding officer. The largest destroyer squad and the oldest in the Navy in the 70s. Okay, yeah, he's long gone though. Yeah, he died young. My mother's still with me. So with my family, I'm blessed. 97 and a half now. This is good though, I'm going to tell you. This is very good. You can't beat it. And for the ease, a gas barbecue grill, I mean, it takes time to heat up. And, they can flare up too. Any barbecue, it's got the heat source at the bottom. And I've got 7 Weber grills. I might have 8. I've got a 37-inch ranch kettle I got just a couple of years ago, new from Target on sale. And I've got 2 of the 22 Webers. No, I don't have a 26. 2 22 Weber kettles. One's a 2016. One I got, it's red. Earl's Hardware, Stafford County. They call it Fredericksburg. Falmouth. And I got a blue one from Lowe's. Special deal, And I've had other ones. I've had about 4 or 5 of them that, wore out. My first one I got when I was 30 years old for my birthday. It was an 18-inch Weber kettle. you know, with the old-fashioned vents on the bottom, you know. So anyway, yeah, I've got a bunch of them. They make great steaks, they do. But you know, once again, you got to build a fire, you got to wait, you got to get the steak on there. I have my own grills that I make welded, cut. The grates, and I use 3/8 cold rolled steel. Cold rolled steel make welds cleaner, okay, than hot rolled steel. It cleans up good. You don't want any tiny barriers of weld, you know, coming off on your food. So anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video here on the Cajun Bayou Broiler. I'm not a shill. I don't get a penny from them. This is the honest to God's truth. I just make videos. I've never made a single penny from any of my work. And I don't put ads on there to pay. You know, the ads are YouTube's ads if they put them on there, not mine. I like to share my work with everyone. Okay, this is the Chesapeake Explorer.